So actually, we covered quite a lot of ground in the last 2 days, but it will be good to have you once practice it, maybe one or two sessions where we can focus on practicing and then, yeah, that okay. So we'll try to do it on Fiori. So yeah, I think that earmark funds and all, we can start tomorrow.
Okay.
And then carry forward is another thing that is remaining. We have covered all the fundamentals. I was trying to replicate the Excel file, So, but there is some issue in that it's not uploading. So there was a basis error also. I have sent that to the basis team. So hopefully they will resolve it and we will be able to do it through Excel upload also. We have covered most of the things actually, but these additional functions, this is remaining, and then the carry forward and all is remaining. And then we can try some advanced functions like, advanced derivation rules, carry forward, copying the versions from one version to another version, derivation of funded program, and so on.
Which is cool.
This is
Good. This is nice.
Yeah, this you can. So this is availability control data. And this shows actually consumable amount, consumed amount, and available amount. And whether a drill down is available. So for example, it says 20 records. Yeah, let me give the control to you. Can start with the basic stuff and then master data, budgetary, master data. Here, okay, here these 360 view apps, these are new apps. So let's say we go to manage funds. So these are more like kind of master data. And then you can do the first. Okay, and here you can see, the budget entry and the commitment, accounting documents, everything. So that is probably why it is called as a 360-degree app. So document type 001, this is the budget entry document. This is a single document, actually, the first one. So we have like number 5, then the next one, number 9, 12, and a lot of documents being entered here. And then the commitment documents, we don't have accounting documents. In accounting documents also we have settings. So it allows you to upload documents also in case you want to upload any workings or any budget workings that has been done. Okay, so here budget, we'll find probably the most of the these things. So let's start with the simple ones now. Here you have display commitment.
Yeah, even I was seeing it. So what is this 360-degree view and all that stuff? This 360-degree view.
Yeah, 360-degree view, what we just saw is that, okay, let's go. It's kind of a master data app which gives you the complete view of that commitment item or the fund center. So for example, now we are in the 360-degree commitment item app. So firstly, it will show you all the commitment items that are created. And then it will show you the postings against those commitment items. So the budget, actual, and so on. So let's see that. So for example, office expenses, which one we have used more frequently, number here, the name, description, type, commitment item, also want category created by directly postable or not. Funds management area, fund center name, if any default fund center, validity started. So, okay, we use this general expenses a lot. And again, we use this one also, other expenses are. So suppose I go here into other expenses. This you have the master data, and then you have the budget entry documents against this commitment item, so which has been budgeted against this commitment item. And we can further drill down here. So for example, these are the documents that are budgeted under this item for this commitment item. And if I further click here, it will take me to the budget document, which this is the original budget document, which you entered is like line number 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is quite random actually. So with different combinations I've entered, basically we have it's the same. Family documents, this family budget entry document, but here it is not giving the actual. In fact, it is only the budget apparently. Oh, sorry, this is the budget entry document now. My bad. So here we saw this 360 from the 360-degree view of commitment item. We went into this commitment item, and then we saw the budget entry documents against this. And by clicking on one, you could go into that document. And then you have commitment. We have not entered commitment budgets. Next time we'll enter commitment budgets and then, some purchase acquisitions against that. Earmark fund documents. So earmark funds we are going to come to. And then the accounting documents, that is the actual posted documents. So these are the actual postings that went against this commitment item. And then you could of course add some attachments like some workings or anything that you want to attach. Similarly, the 360 degree view for it, I think it was the same for everything. So 360-degree view for fund centers also, it was more or less the same. So if I click on this fund center, for example, EMPs like HU009, the latest, then it takes me to the fund center master data. But not only that, it will show you also the budgeted amounts against this fund center. So these are the budget amounts we transferred by the CO program, if you remember. So $1,000 got translated into something like this. And then the accounting documents that are booked against this fund center. So currently we don't have, but let's go to a previous one. And so here the amount of 10,000 is booked against this fund center. Not only that, you can also create a fund center from here. So it will take you to that fund center screen, manage fund center screen. And then we need to just fit in everything and create it. We need to assign the hierarchy. So no hierarchy variant assigned for FM areas and fiscal year 1900. Let's create it 2023. Similarly, we have the manage budget periods. This I think we have not periods, so we can split into then manage funds. Similarly, funded programs, similarly grant. So those all together. They have given all the apps, in fact, for this ID. So yeah, it's like this budget data, budget report, display entry document, budget version comparison, display budget documents. Then, but where is the master data? So let's say I want to create commitment item, manage commitment items and commitments, change commitment item group. Yeah, so there will be another app actually. If you go to the SAP HANA library, yeah, this is the one, FMCI. So some of the, as you know, some of the transactions have the same ID. Now here it is not included in my profile probably, but we can add, let's try to add one just to show. But yeah, I don't have change access as you can see here. So that's fine. But I mean, you can add the apps here. Many of the apps like FMCI and the apps where they are using the transaction code itself.
Hey, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
These are exactly the same as your Geo, so there won't be any difference. Now, this is a slightly different app. Let's see if we have this. So, manage commitment item. Yeah, here it is not included. I'll try to include one of these here. But we saw that if you go to the commitment item 360-degree view, then we can, from there also, we can navigate to the create commitment item. So, for example, here, I just need to give the area and then I click on create. It will take me to the management commitment item. So here I'm not missing the authorization, but this app is expressly not given. But here I can still navigate to it using the other app, the 360-degree app. So here you fill in the data and then you can create the commitment item. You can display it, you can change it. For example, the ones which are here, you can display. So I will give the control to you now. You can try your hand at few of the transactions. Yeah, I think it's better to go with Fiori because Fiori is going to be the way forward. Yeah, you can check if you're able to control my screen. Yes. So if you navigate back using the back arrow on the left hand side, again back to the main menu. So here you'll see that there's all these funds management menus are on the top. They are together. So you can actually navigate to those, and then you can create, or you can see the reports. My available expense budget. There is a filter here into the category. Not sure what. Yeah, you can remove it, but yeah, just give the FM area, and I think this is where it is allocated to user or something like that. Probably it won't show you anything right now. But you can like ZARN, and the FM area is ZARN. N for no, there is no data. My available expense budget. Okay, I will make just a note of on paper right now. Let me check if you can bring any data there. Alerts, we don't have anything. Okay, and make a note. Yeah, if I all postings, you can probably go to. So this is the document journal, shows you the reference finance document or whichever CO or whatever it is, and then the payment budget commitment and fund center fund GL account. Now there is, yeah, as you know, there is necessarily the GL account like commitment and may not be the same if you have the summarization at the higher level.
So we can have blank also.
This is the old one where we had created budget address with the blank also, but we can have blank also if you don't want to give the fund. So basically fund centered commitment item would be necessary. The rest can be optional, so rest I have set as optional. It can be blank. Earmark funds we have not seen yet. Yeah, this most of the things we can see. For example, functional areas if you want to see 360 degrees. So you see that settings icon, no? The geared wheel kind of thing on the right. Yeah, so you can add the columns. So surprising the functional area, yeah, that would be the number of the functional area. Both of the, I don't know which one is. Yeah, and okay. So like YB, we are using all the YB 35 and all YB 25. Yeah. So YB, you can navigate to, if you go back and go to YB 75, like B for Bombay. Yes. Click on that. So here, yeah, here you can see the budget documents against this and the commitment items documents against this. Okay, so here you can get the budget entry document. The first one, 360. Posting date is blank. Yeah, I guess budget entry document does not need a posting date. So it's just the date of entry because you are budgeting by period in this.
I think I'm fine. Good. Thanks. I'll play with that.
Yeah, okay. I will take back the control. Okay, so we saw that. Okay, one more thing is, I don't know if they have shared this book with you. If not, you can ask for it. I was told that they have all these, SAP standard learning hub documents. So what we are seeing in the presentations is mostly the screenshot from this document only. And, just went through this in detail. So we have been following more or less the same thing. For example, first we have the master data, then the account assignment, commitment items. Some topics which are missing, which we probably didn't see, was one is the revenue increasing the budget. So I'm in the process of configuring this. Probably I will show you, but we can go through the theoretical part here. So what happens if you are expecting some revenues against the fund centers, then those revenues can be used to increase the budget of the fund center. So revenue increasing the expenditure budget make it possible to use additional revenues to map out additional expenditure budget which is available for specific purposes. For example, forecast of revenues, incoming invoices or payments can trigger an increase in the budget. Also, the sales invoices, forecast of revenue. So revenue increase in the RIB, that is a functionality available, and it broadly works like this. So similar to your budget address, you will have the revenue posting address, which are in fact the budget address only. And those are posted to the RIB object, and those can be used as if they are the budget for the expenditure of those budget addresses. So generally that there will be a one-to-one relation between the revenue budget address and the expenditure budget address. And you can use rules for increasing the expenditure budget through revenue posting, such as customer invoices or expected revenues. Revenues increasing the budget are calculated on the basis of updated total values and can be distributed to receiving expenditure account assignments, budget addresses according to specific formulas. So you are getting one revenue and you want to distribute that to the budget addresses that could be across funds, across several functional areas, GL accounts, etc. Because obviously the revenue account is going to be different, what is posted as RIB. So that can be distributed, based on certain rules, RIB rules to the receiver object. So that would increase the revenue of the receiver object. So I will show you this. And one more thing in the FM derivation rules now. Okay. So again, for fixed assets, let's say you want to, derive the cost center from the asset master, or the fund center from the asset master cost center. So that also is possible. So here what we are trying to do is the asset. So let's say I create one asset. So this is the asset I'm creating, and I will enter some cost center here. Now I want to pass now whatever amount I book to the asset. So for example, here, this is the account determination 1600 PG1. I think this is already created. Yeah. So machinery and equipment, I need to create as a, the commitment item. And then whenever an asset document is booked, it will pass it on to the commitment item. So pass on the amount to the commitment item. So here the issue is that how do I derive the fund center? So yesterday we had seen that there is one thing called table lookup.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
So table lookup means that the asset master data is stored in a particular table. So if I go here, let's go to change mode. I will show you how to create it. So what happens, we'll create it again and we'll delete it, for example. So let's say table lookup, it will ask for the table name, and the cost center of the asset is stored in table ANLZ. Now the moment I give ANLZ, it will default whatever parameters need to be passed here, as a kind of, these are the key fields of that table. So once you pass this table, you can retrieve the whatever you want to retrieve. So I want to retrieve the cost center, for example. So this cost center I will retrieve here and then pass it on to the my fields. So I want to pass it on to my fund center. So assuming there is a one-to-one relationship, otherwise we'll have to add one more step to it. And here we do have that one-to-one relationship. So I'll pass it on to the fund center. So the company code will be the same thing I have created here, except that, the posting date, I gave it as a constant. So generally all centers, so the ending date is required, the date validity ends. So suppose, because this is a time dependent data, and yeah, so here generally currently all cost centers are created with 31/12/99. So that is the date I gave here. And then based on these four, it will select the cost center and transfer it to the fund center. So when we want to check, for example, I want to check whether this rule is working or not. So here I can activate the trace. Okay. So let us book an invoice of an asset. So which asset we created just now. So this trace functionality is very useful. So I created this 2006 asset with the cost center as 09. So let's say I post it to vendor 2500. Immediately after every entry, this derivation strategy will come up. Now it's not necessary that, now, for example, for domestic vendor, I have created 160 series account, but I may not require it also. But here, see, the financial transaction here is 60. So that is a post receivables and payables from goods and services and down payments. Here it is taking. So now based on this, GL account is passed to the commitment item. the functional area is passed to the functional area, and the fund is, I think, defaulted to government pen because I don't remember what logic happened. And okay, so now here you will see the fund center is not derived, and I really do not require any fund center here, so I will ignore this, and then I'll put my real entry to the asset. Now again here, if you see, it passes two entries. Okay, here it has not gone ahead. Okay, so the moment I put this one, you will see that the GL account is 160,1400, which is the technical clearing account. So it actually passes two entries. The technical clearing account is debited and credited in S4HANA. And that is a requirement more from the system perspective rather than any one. So that will become zero in the end. So let us ignore that, and I'll simulate once again. Here it's going to take it. Okay. So here now, if you see, yeah, that is why it is not going there, I think. So what happens is, here you will see that our rule has worked and it has brought the fund center correctly based on the asset center. Now, however, asset number also it has brought in. And but the GL account, if you see, this is going to steal the technical clearing account. So this will save, but it will not. It's not getting transferred to the funds management. So that is something we need to figure out how to transfer this to funds management. So at the higher level, it gets posted to the technical clearing account. And then at the ledger view, if you see, yeah. So here, if you see at the ledger level, it is getting debited to this account. So let us see if we can transfer this document of funds management. No, why not? Oh, this is not populated. Okay, let me check this. I mean, otherwise we need to have some other strategy to transfer it. So if you see the ledger specific, so in asset is a very peculiar case that, the two ledger specific documents are created, and this 160,4000 account is ultimately created and becomes zero. But while generating this document, the assignments are not getting carried forward. So that is probably the reason why, it is not creating the funds management document. So I'll check on that. Earmark funds, we'll see, and revenue increasing the budget also we will see. Then there are various, in the interpretation how the various things are getting transferred. The finance transactions, then the controlling transactions, purchasing transactions, business trip accounting, HCM, project management, plant maintenance, sales and distribution. So maybe on the day after tomorrow, day after we are not here, but Thursday onwards we'll start looking into these topics first. Yeah, first we'll probably start with the earmark funds, cover that topic, and then we can go to these integration topics. And then we have year-end closing, which is probably not a very huge topic. So, and then you have the reports. So here actually they have mentioned these reports. I think most of the reports, master data reports, etc. we saw. But the interesting part is that they have given the HANA related. So this is kind of an update to this where they have given the HANA related things in funds management or HANA related things specific to funds management. And these are all the 360-degree apps, I believe, somewhere they have mentioned. Okay, and by the way, the farmer budgeting system FBS is not supported by HANA, only BCS is available. A multi-level budget structure with BCS is available. Average daily balance distribution, authorizations, enterprise expenditure certificate. So these are advanced functions. 360-degree view, yeah. So here the 360-degree view apps are there, right?
Email them to give me this document. So this is the only
Yeah.
one? Or?
This is the only one, yeah.
Okay.
Right. Then we'll continue with the earmark funds and those things, RIBs.